Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work. Triple play, yeah.
You see it. You see it. This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball Week 16. About 3/4 of the year, basketball-wise, going through. Like, it's crunch time. Like, you got to make moves if you want to find yourself in the playoff hunt. It's getting grimy, and the trade deadline right around the corner. People are either putting players out that they might sell on, or there obviously injuries galore at this time of year. We've had 360s, 270s in like the last 2-3 weeks.
I've never heard people use 270s like that. You bringing a new term out.
I mean, how many times in the history of the game has people dropped 70 points? And then we had Joel Embiid and we had Luka Doncic, and then Steph Curry dropped 60 last night.
And Karl Anthony Towns 62.
And D-Book, what was his 62? It's crazy. So yeah, the 50 point game used to be like the rarity, but people are dropping 70. Like
40's not impressive anymore.
When's somebody gonna drop 80 though? Like, I mean, I don't know. Last time was cold. Like, but if we had 270s,
it could be this season. It could be this season.
It could. Who you got getting it?
Didn't I ask you this last week?
Yeah, I was like D-Book. I said D-Book.
I think whoever I said last week, I might have said Tatum.
Yeah.
On a game Jalen Brown is out.
It's LeBron. All right. Yeah. All right. Games this week. There's 4 teams with 2. What? 2? At this point in the season, Nuggets, T-Wolves, Blazers, Jazz. We only play 2 games this week, unfortunately. And
gosh, that's bad news for my lineup against you.
You got somebody featured. Oh, yeah? We playing next week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, good luck to you, my friend. Hopefully.
I wish I could say the same to you.
Yeah, sure. Sure thing. 16 teams with 3, 10 with 4. A little different from last week. Last week, I think it was like 20 teams with 4. So it is definitely more of a notable week as far as that's concerned, with games played. Jokic owners are quivering because they know that it's all in on Jokic, who I think he's only missed 1 game this week, which is just wild as he tries to get his 3rd MVP in 4 years. Games Watch League, 6 on Monday, 7 Tuesday, 7 Wednesday, 9 Thursday, 6 Friday. We have a big Saturday with 11, and then Sunday you got 2.
Woo! Big Saturday.
So you can see people streaming on that Sunday. Sunday with the only the 2 games is a big watch. This week the Nets and the Mavs, they play Monday, Tuesday. So if you want to pick up like Lonnie Walker, so to speak, or Josh Greens, I don't know. There's
Williams if you're feeling ballsy.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 2 games out of him, I mean, most leagues, I don't know. I guess I gotta look this up, but I think most leagues have like 3 pickups for the week. I know that's how it's been standard for me as a commissioner.
It's also interesting. Trade deadline.
Oh yeah. Do you know the answer to that? Like, what is majority of leagues?
I think 3.
I think that should be a standard, because if it's like unlimited, that's wild. And then if it's like 1, it's like, come on, man, we see this. Saturday, Sunday, the Thunder play. So if it's the end of the week and you're looking for somebody to get a couple extra games, look to them. I know the Bucks play Monday and Tuesday. Let's talk about Precious. So last week we talked about Josh Hart, Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa's been playing like 40 minutes a game. Like the last 3, he's been rebounding. He's been getting stocks galore. He's a Tibbs guy. Apparently, Tibbs likes to run his lineup out. He basically played 6 men yesterday for the entire lineup as they came in defeat to the Lakers. But what say you on Precious? He's still only 33% roster. Like, at this point with a week that he's had, like, should he be rostered more?
I mean, James, I was hyping him up last week. The Royals sneeze, as they call him, Precious Achiuwa. He's officially a Tibbs guy. As you said, 3 games with 40-plus minutes. has double-digit points in all of those 3 games. We saw the upside with 16 rebounds there. And remember about Hartenstein, I know he's played 33 and 35 minutes the past 2 games. They are still ramping him up from an Achilles injury that caused him to miss some games. They have a depleted front court. They did trade for OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa. It'll be interesting to see if they make another move prior to the deadline. But they don't have a lot of depth.
And notable is
Randle injury.
OG's been out the last couple games, and of course Julius Randle's out for at least 2-3 weeks with that dislocated shoulder. So this is why he's benefiting from the minutes. This is why Josh Hart as well is benefiting from minutes, and he's another guy that you should probably click to pick up and stream until those injuries are resolved. But he's very useful in categories leagues right now.
I mean, yeah, just look at the defensive standpoints, 2.5 stocks over the last week. He's 24. He's got those young legs. He can do the back-to-back. He can play those 40-minute night in, night out.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that's he's made for the guard, and he's not here to back down. Paul Reed is benefiting from injuries as well. Embiid has that torn meniscus. We don't know how severe this meniscus injury is. It's a shame because, what was he, 36, 12, and 5? Unbelievable. He was on track if he would have had the games played to win his back-to-back MVP. He's not. So you throw Paul Reed in the mix. What's interesting is Nick Nurse's minutes with him sort of fluctuates here, even though
don't look at the minutes yesterday because he had an illness.
Okay.
Nurse said that post game. Paul Reed should have been picked up by this point. I know the Embiid injury was official as of Wednesday or Thursday of last week, but we knew he had a left knee issue before. Paul Reed should have been a stash. He is the clear handcuff to Joel Embiid. We saw the upside of 30 points, 13 rebounds when they played at the Nuggets the 27th. He's 54% rostered. That's still way too low, but all the savvy leagues he's already picked up.
Do you think they make a move? Philly, that is.
Who do they have to give up, though?
I don't have an answer for that.
Maybe Kelly Oubre? But
I don't know. I wouldn't do that.
I think you're hamstrung with the roster you have.
Okay. This is kind of what I was going. I was trying to ask you to see if you went out the box, but yeah, I think that you just stay tight and just hope that Joel comes healthy for the playoff run with the way Maxi's playing and all of the other play, even Oubre to an extent. It's I don't see, unless it's an easy no-brainer.
When you're rolling out Danwell House and Marcus Morris in your starting lineups, that's how you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, we'll see if they can hold on. All right. So somebody I really enjoy, somebody that I've had on my teams is Brandin Podziemski, B-Pods, as I call him. Look, it's almost like a walking triple-double here with this last week performance, 13, 8, and 7. That's what I like about him. 0.7 steals, 0.7 blocks. And this is not a rarity to him. It's not like he's went crazy this week. He was playing really well when Draymond was suspended. And he had a little injury thing, and then when Draymond came back, it's hard to play both of them. But recently in this last week, he's been playing more. Wiggins has been out. Yes, he's a beneficiary of people not playing, whether it's suspension, injury, whatever. But when he does play minutes, he's a category stud, man. I like B-Pods. How you feel about him?
Coach, I was the first one to bring him up this, and you're like, who's B-Pods? Now you're on the B-Pods train. I'll tell you what, though. I
have him in our league. I've had him.
Okay. Yeah, I
had him before. So
yeah, because my team is so good, I never needed to add him. What I think is going to be interesting is if they
sixth place team. So good.
Can't deal with injuries. But Klay Thompson has been atrocious from the field. Yesterday against the Hawks, 4 for 19 from the field, 2 for 13 from 3. Game before that, 6 of 15. Game before that, 9 of 24. Game before that, 5 of 14. Klay Thompson shooting 41.5% from the field this year. I wonder if more of those shots are going to go to B-Pods. He's shooting 46.5% on the season, 52% over the last week. We see what he's doing on the defensive end with 1.4 stocks, but 8 rebounds, 7.3 assists. There's games where he's had double digits in both of those. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the Warriors do when Steph puts up 60 and you lose at Atlanta, including blowing a lead late in regulation. I feel like there are some changes to be made.
And one thing we do is we kind of package positions, kind of like we put the information out there for you to pick them for your team. And Lonnie Walker is been fantasy relevant, for like the past 2 years, off and on, because he goes on heaters. And when he does, he's hitting over 3 threes, and he's giving you some other stats, but 20 points a game basically. And then last week came back and he was looking good once he's getting some minutes. 19 points against Phoenix, 19 against Utah. There are a lot worse candidates to have, but 17% roster, you can find him anywhere.
I think that's an interesting name to keep your eye on post-trade deadline, because before the last week where he played 30, 31, 27 minutes, he had 7 straight games less than 20. So the thing about Brooklyn, and Coach, you and I have talked about this before.
Minutes thing. I saw he wasn't getting.
I mean, but still, you have to factor that in, whether it's because of load management, coach's decision. He's not playing those minutes regardless. I feel like Brooklyn has some of the most isolation-heavy guys scoring. Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, Spencer Dinwiddie. If they move some of those names at the deadline, I think Lonnie Walker is a better long-term stash. But until now, maybe you want to do him on the back-to-backs or deep leagues.
Well, maybe they're putting him out there, play him a little bit, so then maybe
that could be it too.
Yeah, somebody keep your eye on with the Monday, Tuesday game slate as well. If you're sitting here on Sunday and you're watching the show, and you can make a quick pickup for next week, and you get 2 games out of them, and then you see how it goes. I mean, there's worse strategies out there, but
Coach, that's someone Philly could use. Philly trades 2 or 3 second-round picks for Lonnie Walker.
I do see, but Melton's coming back, so keep your eye out for Melton, folks. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not against that at all. I think you can always use more about ball handling and shooting, especially somebody that can play 1, 2, and 3. Jalen Suggs, who has to wear the headband because that hairline keeps going further and further back, even though he's
coming for his life.
22. 49% rostered on the season, 12, 3, 3, 2, 3. His stocks are very impressive. It's kind of a frustrating player to have on your team because of his inconsistency shooting the basketball, but to see him make 2 a game this year is still impressive from where it was last year. And Lou, I wouldn't give up on him necessarily as a basketball player. And then fantasy wise, I don't know. What say you, man? Because I'm sort of on the fence of yeah, keep him. And then also but if you gotta let him go, let him go. But he definitely is a big steals guy.
So here's the thing. He might never amount to the 5th pick worthy selection. But I think there's always going to be a place for him in categories leagues. Over the last week, 12, 3, 3, 2 threes, 1.4 steals, 0.6 blocks. I mean, that's actually for the season stats. Sorry for not for the last week, but it's his 3rd year in the league. Maybe the Magic get rid of Markelle Fultz. I know they have an influx of guards at the, that they kind of rotate in, rotate out. But I don't think he's going to hurt you. I mean, he's going to give you a little bit in each category. He's not killing your percentage either. Point guard and shooting guard eligible. Magic is still fighting for a playoff spot also.
Oh, yeah. And we saw Paolo Banchero, shout out. He got his first all-star nod. But Markelle Fultz has similar stats, right? I mean, you have Cole Anthony, similar stats. It's so weird how they got these 3 guards that they don't really know what to do. Too much of the same thing is a bad thing. And I would look for them to move one of these guys or a couple of these guys.
I told you, I think Cole Anthony gets traded. I think that makes the most sense. But I think Jalen Suggs fits in Jamal Mosley's system better than the other guards.
How you feel about Trae Young? He's 25 and 11, and he doesn't get an all-star nod.
It's crazy because he has better stats this year than he did last year, and he made the All-Star game last year. I feel like this is what we see with awards and All-Stars is voter fatigue.
Well, he's had 3 of the last 4 years. He's had 25 points and at least 9 assists, and he has not made the All-Star game.
It'll be interesting to see how much they weigh team success because Atlanta has been underperforming this year.
They definitely do that, but as an All-Star like observer and watcher of the game, that he's like one of the best, like most intriguing players that I want to watch in an All-Star game. I know that that's not like your answer for like.
So who would you have taken away from the Eastern?
Yeah,
I would have taken out Jaylen Brown, but once again they have the best record.
Yeah, and that's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I don't really have a great answer for that, but it is a kind of a shame that maybe he gets the Julius Randle spot. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna go to a front court player, but still, like, put him in the game. All right, Scoot Henderson gets our feature this year. In the last week, he dropped his career high with 30 against Denver, 18, 3.5. His shooting percentage is 54% in the last week. If you've owned him, you've had him all year, this is a frustrating thing. With rookie point guards, they start playing their better basketball towards the end of the year, and this might be the time that he does it. I don't know. I don't have the answer for you, but and I haven't owned him, so I haven't had the frustration that a lot of you have had, getting the number 2 overall pick. But he definitely at least gets a shout out here and something to watch and monitor with Philly. January 29th at 22. So, what's your feel on Scoot Henderson, who's had like a kind of a bad year?
James, I'm scooting across the screen in case you don't get what I'm doing. Sometimes you got to act players out when their name has a verb in it. I think Scoot's a stash, and I should have maybe done like a mustache or something like that. Obviously Portland isn't in contention this year. It will be interesting to see late in the season, and even before the fantasy playoffs are over, if they, rest, and I'll put in quotations, or if these guys are injured, Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Simons, that's a lot of shot attempts that open up. And I think they're going to want to play the young guys, Scoot, Shaedon Sharpe, see what they have in the future. Maybe not Sharpe and Scoot because they already have roster lock, but I wouldn't be surprised if more of those vets are out and these young guys are getting the minutes. So I think 51% now, but we could see him averaging 22, 23 points a game consistently over the last month.
Yeah, and I think it's time to you move Malcolm Brogdon for whatever you can get for him. And
agreed.
A contender goes and gets him, and then that would open up that opportunity. And clearly, like, we ain't going nowhere this year, but
yeah, trade Jeremy Grant if you can get something for him too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're all looking at the trade deadline. We're looking at these rookies, and dude, this guy should have been probably the first person we named. But we like to stack positions or
say his name, coach. Say his name.
Cam Whitmore.
Ball hog!
Stop.
Look at no. Pull up those assist numbers. Tell me he's not a ball hog. Look at the bottom of this screen.
Is he averaging 21 on 56% shooting?
We're not putting any assist numbers at the bottom of the screen with his recent games. Ball hog. But continue.
Yeah, he's what rhymes? He's a dog, is what he is. And he's taking that Tari Eason position, role, minutes, and he's dominant. It's basically over the last month that he's been doing this unbelievable gameplay. They have a little mix of the young guys. We see Amen Thompson like tapping into his own. But this lefty from Baltimore is the dog. I love me some Cam Whitmore. Yeah, he's not going to get you assists. Okay, cool.
Coach, what's his season? What's his season high in assists? And I'll say we include the preseason as well.
I don't care. He's getting 20.
No, I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
It's 2. Okay.
It is 2. That's 2 assists is a season high. He is a points league guy. That's the case we need to make. Points
Okay.
league guy.
Points league guy. What?
Points league guy. No, he's not blocking the ball either. He got the Alec Burks syndrome.
All right. Well, regardless, he got bypassed in the draft by so many teams. There's so many teams that are
Because he doesn't play team first basketball.
Dude's a dog. All right, give me some Cam more. Doc says no.
No. I
Doc
say
says
points
no.
league.
It's okay.
I say points league, but I like to give him crap because he doesn't pass the ball, and that's so true.
You probably would like Bilal Coulibaly more because he averages too, huh?
I do like him.
Over Cam?
No, I like Cam better.
Cam, just die on the Bilal Bridge, bro. Just die on the mountain.
I mean, I gotta be truthful.
Let me. You like him because of his stocks.
I mean, I would still take Cam Whitmore even in a categories league because none of these are jumping off the table to me. I know he's averaging 2.6 stocks in the last week, but he's averaging 1.7 for this season. Now, if the Wizards do make a move at the trade deadline, they get rid of Tyus Jones, they get rid of Kyle Kuzma, maybe Daniel Gafford, then I like Bilal more. So I say him as a stash.
Where you slate Tyus? Like, because I think they have to move him. You got to get whatever you can. Where would you like to see Tyus Jones?
Yeah, Tyus is on an expiring deal. I would kind of like to see him go to the Thunder.
Interesting.
A veteran presence there, backup point guard. I think he would be good on that offense.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. Aaron Wiggins, Maryland playing school. I like Minnesota.
Wasn't he on Minnesota though?
Yeah, he was drafted there. He's from Minnesota.
I was thinking about that too. I don't think that would be the worst thing.
They need some security behind Mike Conley Jr. because they just, when he's not in the game, they just fall off the cliff. And I think it's perfect. And he could be maybe set up for their man for the future. And they think about re-signing him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tyus Jones is on an expiring contract. So whatever team is going to sign him, it's either you're using him for a playoff run or there's an intent that you will re-sign him. I think those teams could probably use him the most because you could probably just trade 2-3 second-round picks and get Tyus as a rental.
Yeah, I mean, you take that. I mean, unless you can get some first out of it, but like if you can get 3 second-rounders, like, I mean, the future is just not there in Washington. That he's the starting point guard for.
Coach, when you and I talked last year about players getting traded and I made those wagers, I'm waiting for that to come back and put my life savings on Tyus Jones. That's how confident I am that he gets traded.
Let's go. Rui. Torian. Jackson. So
sounds like a boy band.
Three Lakers to end the show here. I'm not a fan. Like, and this from the Lakers, I guess representative, just because I go where LeBron goes. But why? First of all, why is the coaching staff so enthralled with playing Torian Prince way too many minutes and starting when they had a run for the Western Conference Finals last year, and we barely see that lineup thrown out there? Like, just put Russell, Reeves, LeBron, AD, and Rui. Why can't we get that more looks? And maybe you like somebody out of here. I'm not a fan.
So I was going to say, I know you don't like any of these guys, but obviously with Vanderbilt out for probably the rest of the regular season, LeBron and AD banged up, missing, a game here or there. And this is prior to the trade deadline. Rank those 3.
Give me Rui. I mean, Prince, Jackson Hayes. But again, like, I'm not.
Oh, so the order you uploaded them.
Basically, I mean, I'm just not. I don't like any of them fantasy-wise. I like Rui a little bit more as a real-life player, but they need to make moves. It's clear.
Yeah.
The in-season tournament was cool and all. I'm happy, but like I'm not happy since. So let's make some moves.
All right, I'm going Torian Prince 1, Jackson Hayes 2, Rui 3. Jackson Hayes, the game that Anthony Davis was out, double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. I know he played 12 minutes yesterday, but he made the most of that. 10 points, 3 of 3 from the field, a rebound, 3 assists, and a steal. I think they got to find a way to integrate him and Anthony Davis together. I think that's something that they haven't tried yet. I mean, Rui started the game yesterday. He had the first basket, and I know because I bet on somebody else. And he finished with 7 points in 19 minutes. Like, his playing time has been too inconsistent, and I think their tie to Rui is that they traded for him last year. They can't give up on him just yet. I think Taurean Prince is going to have the most consistent role, and that's kind of what you're looking for when somebody goes down is who's the main beneficiary to fill those minutes, and I think that's Prince.
Yeah, I like Christian Wood to play a little bit more, but
he's a bum.
They need to make some moves, and it's probably going to be D'Lo, who's been playing. He's been playing damn good basketball.
There's no moves they could do to salvage their season, though. They just don't have a talented roster. That moment that James realized Eric was right.
I have nothing to say, bro. Like, this is peak like worry season for me. But like I always feel like
as a LeBron fan,
LeBron's teams always do this, and is
wow. I wonder what's the common denominator with his teams.
Well, shit, last year this thing happened and they shook it up, and guess what? They went to the Final Four. Okay,
this is how James is frustrated. He cussed on the pod.
I didn't.
You said S word.
And don't tell my students that. No, I said wit. I said wit. So thank you very much, Eric.
You're welcome.
Can I get a behind the bag special? Can you try to cash in?
You can't get a behind the back special.
All right,
oh, that was so close. I'm still better than Rui, though.
Oh, that was funny. All right, bro. Well, hey, good chopping it up. Good talking to you. Next week 17. Good luck to you guys. And comment, like, subscribe. We coming back. For Doc, I'm Coach. Peace.
Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.